Hello YouTube, and welcome back to the Wild Expat channel. Today I've got something to share with you, and it's come all the way from Japan, and it's this. So let's open it up, take a look, and I'll share with you my first impressions. So before we start this week's video, I would just like to say that if you are new to the channel, then please do consider hitting that subscribe button, and I'd really like to hear from you all in the comments. So some of you might recognise the packaging, and it's actually from Silky. For those of you who don't know, Silky is made in Japan, and its history goes back to 1919, so it's over 100 years. So let's take a look. So as you can see, it's quite a large box. Inside we've got a brochure. Actually also been given a pen. That's nice. And then to the main event, it's this. And this is the Silky Gomboy 210. So it comes in a smart little package. And then anything else? I've got a letter here. I've got a sticker and a compliment slip, so that's all looking pretty good. So I would certainly say well packaged. And hang on a minute, I've also been given one of these. It looks like a key ring of some sort, so that's that. Okay, so this is the main saw itself. So for those of you that that's in my recent videos, you'll know that I already own one of these saws, but it's quite a bit larger than this. So this is much more compact. So let's get into it and have a look. So it's got a cap on the front, but there's also a protection sticker here. So let's take that off. Stick it over there. And there we go. So the box is quite nice actually, because I was thinking you'd throw that away, but actually when it's closed it holds it in place quite well because of the plastic in there, and doesn't rattle about too much. So actually that's probably worth keeping to keep your saw nice and dry. So the variant of this, so it's 210mm blade, comes in different tooth patterns, and this has 10 teeth per 30mm. And my Silky Bigboy is a bit more aggressive than this. It's got 7 teeth per 30mm, but we'll take a look at both, and we'll measure it up and see what it looks like. So let's have a look inside. So you've got this first label, goes all the way around, and then in the bottom here I've also got an instruction guide. So that's what you get. So it's got the Gomboy logo embossed on the front as well. So I'll take that off. Some of that's actually in Japanese, English as well. So this is the saw itself. So out of the box, it actually comes with a sort of a rubber insert there, just to hold the blade out slightly. So I'm assuming, yeah, you just pull that out. So it's just kind of a show to keep the blade exposed. And this is the saw itself. It's nice and firm. Quite a bit smaller than my other one, but actually it's quite a nice size. It's not too small. I could certainly see myself chopping. That'd be very useful actually. First impressions look pretty good. The catch is similar to the big boy as well, and you've got a couple of different settings, so you can have the blade exactly straight, or you can actually tilt it up a bit further. So if you're chopping near the ground, for example, you're not digging the blade in. So that's been useful on my other one as well. So I'm glad that's included. So rubberized handle again. It's actually very nice. And then you've got a lanyard loop there. I actually done that myself on my other one, and that's been very useful, especially for hanging up in my tool shed. So let's have a little bit of a closer look. First we've got the sticker, well that's just a sticker. Then we've got a pen that I've explained. Then we've got a brochure here. So made in Japan since 1919. And I actually got this from Silky Europe. So it was very quick delivery as well. So I'm quite happy with that. So this is just a brochure of the entire range. So that's actually the big boy, which I use, but mine's got a red handle on it. Pocket boy, so that's slightly smaller than the Gomboy. So that's the one we're looking at today. They do smaller versions as well. But I think for me that's about as small as I would go. But it's you know, very useful, I guess, for gardeners and things like that. And that's the thing with this company, is that they cater for not just outdoors and bushcraft and things like that, but they're also I know a lot of forestry use them and things like that, and also carpenters. So quite a robust and quite a large range of products. So these ones are actually on a pole. I'd be quite interested in looking at one of those actually, because especially for cutting tall branches, things like that around the garden, I'm sure that'd be very useful. And also some axes. So that's also. I'm actually looking into getting an axe, because the one I've got at the moment, you might have seen it, but it's a green generic type thing, and not very good. And I've been meaning to get something with a bit more purpose, but maybe in a future date. Then we've got this key ring. So let's take a look at that. So it looks to be made of, let's see, aluminium. Got a logo on it. It's got some teeth, but they're not sharp. But yeah, still nice freebie. Then we've got the letter here. So this is interesting, and I think they include this because it is a bit different than a normal saw. So it says here, so I'll be brief, but Silky saws are designed to cut on the pull stroke. The thin blades will not bow because they're under tension while being pulled across the surface to be cut. So it says, do not push hard and never wrench the handle. So I'll actually put a clip up on the screen now of actually me showing you how the blade works, where you chop it on the pull. Hopefully you can get a quick idea of that. So it says, when not in use, store the saw in a protective sheath and away from moisture. So that's common sense. And keep the blades clean by using a solvent, but keep the solvent away from the handle. So just a little note there, and that's from Team Silky in Europe. So if it's your first time you're getting one, then like I've said before, do read the instructions. So let's just take a look in here. It's sealed. So this is just a bit more information about the different products that they do. Oh yeah, look at that. There's quite a few there. So that's the big boy, and they do some different ones here with curved blades as well. I'm not actually sure why a curved blade would be useful, but I'm sure they do it for a reason. I might have to do a bit of research into that. And also the ones on the poles, they've all got curves on, so there must be a very good reason for that. I'll have to find out. And then on the back, some more information how to use the saws properly. And look at that thing, Katana boy. That looks a lot larger than the big boy. But, yeah, useful. Okay, so let's look at both the saws that I now own. So the on the below here is in the red, that's the big boy, and you can see the names that are shown on the blades. So that's, you know, quite large. And then this is the Gomboy. So you can see the difference in size between them, and with the blades extended. So if we just compare the size of the blade. There we go. and if I can show you a bit more closely, you can see that the difference in the blades. So you can see the blades here a little bit more spread apart. I'll show you up close. Hopefully you can see that. So the Gomboy's blades are teeth are a bit closer together, whereas the Big Boy is a bit more spread out. But again, you do have the option to choose the teeth size. So just because this is a Gomboy, you can still have the same tooth pattern as the Big Boy as well. So that comes down to your needs. So let's measure them a little bit. So I've got some digital calipers here. So it says 7 teeth per 30 millimeters. So if I come out to 30 millimeters, there we go. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, yep. And I'll do the same on this one. So the reason for this saw, and the reason I wanted to get my hands on one, is that this is great when I'm going camping and I'm taking a lot of equipment with me. Obviously this is smaller, it's more lightweight, and I think because of its size, it also makes it useful for different applications instead of just camping. So, you know, I like to travel on motorcycles and take small bags with me and bits and pieces like that. So this would be very useful just because of the size, the way that it folds up so small, and with the protective case. So the Big Boy didn't actually come with a case like this, but this I can see this easily being thrown into my tank bag or anywhere with my, you know, with my motorcycle gear as well. And be very useful again if I want to make start a fire, whereas with this one, because it doesn't have a case and also because of its size, you've got a few less options as to when I can take this one. So I think together there'll be a very good combination. So to conclude, what are my first impressions on the Gomboy? Well, to begin with, I've got to start by saying I wouldn't have even been looking for another Silky product if I wasn't happy with the first one. This one was bought for me for my 27th birthday. Actually no, it wasn't. It was bought for me 2 years ago, so my birthday 2 years ago. So my 32nd birthday. And I've been very, very happy with it. No problems at all, and it's really aided my camping and made life a lot more comfortable when I'm out there. And that's really what I'm after. So I want to enjoy my time out, and I think this certainly helps. So in terms of the Gomboy itself, I think it's a great size. Like I said, for me personally, I wouldn't want to go any smaller than that, unless I needed something for gardening and things like that, but not at the moment. I think it's, you know, compact, it's light. Don't know exactly how much it weighs. I will try and find out and put it on the screen if I can. For both of them actually, yeah, good quality. I like the mechanism. I like how it all works, and I'm sure it won't disappoint. So please stay tuned, and I'm hoping, so my next video, I'll be able to take both of these out into the forest, and I can show you them both working and get a more hands-on opinion of the two. And hope you stick around for that, and I look forward to seeing you all in the next video. And thanks again for all my existing subscribers. Really does count, does help, and you can see here that I've got 58 at the moment, so only a couple more in the last few weeks, but I've actually hit 10,000 views. So thank you very much, and it does mean a lot. Take care. I'll see you in the next one.